Right, so as you can see, the spices are frying out, which is quite nice. The onions are doing quite good. This is what you're looking for, the curry powder. You want to cook out, fry your spices out. Your chilies and your curry powder, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about spices. What I do now is add a little bit of stock. Not all of it, just crumble it in. Just so some of the flavour goes in there like that. So here, you can still see we've still got a few stock cubes. We've got some mushrooms left. So they're going in. We've got some chicken, that's going in. Now that chicken is the chicken that's come off the carcasses, off the bone. So that's spare chicken, that's just what's left off the carcass, like from Sunday dinner. Like leftovers. Same with like the cabbage and the onions and things like that. You know, it's like what's left over. So that's all this is. It's just a bit of leftovers. Right, so you can see it's going away there now, like that. You can just turn it up a little bit so it carries on frying out. Now I'm going to add the tomatoes like that, because I like to add a few tomatoes just for a bit of colour. And all these bits, so we're not wasting anything. And then I'm going to crumble these other stock cubes in there. So while I'm crumbling these stock cubes in there, I've chopped all these ingredients just before to save a bit of time. And I've chopped them with the knives, believe it or not, that I still have from when I went to college about 30 years ago. Now this set of knives, I'm going to be selling on the internet. You get 7 knives, look at the blades, they're not worn down or anything. Right? And I'm going to be selling it in a pack. Brilliant for any starter. If you're going to buy something once that's good, and you want a good set of knives, you get it in a kit like that, in the bag, 7 knives, the chopping knife, the paring knife, the palette knife, the boning knife, the fish knife, what's the other one? Filleting knife, and the steel, steel looks like that, which is how you sharpen the knives. That is a brilliant piece of kit for 90 quid. Right, and with that I'll give you a free cookie tips book as well. I'll give you the PDF, which is a lot easier, but if you really wanted the book you could have the book. All you've got to do is send me an email. The other things I've got on the website is hats. I'm not wearing one at the moment, but if you like the apron, I've got the aprons, they're £10. I've got the hat that matches this apron, like that. Or I've got the black one, these are called skull caps, like that matches a black apron, which I've got as well, for the same. Or I've got the white that matches a white apron. So these are about £5 each, these, and the aprons are about £10. Again, they last a long time. This apron, you know, I've had like forever, years and years and years. It just doesn't seem to like wear out or age. Just fantastic stuff. So look at that biryani now, that's going really, really good, that. So I've shown you the knives. When you're cooking, you get anything out of the oven, you need an oven cloth. You need a good thick oven cloth, a proper good quality one. So I'm going to be selling these for about £6 on the internet. But you may buy one of these once in your life. Oven gloves, I don't really agree with oven gloves, because once you get them wet and they're on your hands, a lot of people burn themselves like that. These things are great, you know, you just fold them over, they're good and thick, get something out of the oven, and also hot pans and pan handles. That brings me to these. £15, brilliant pancake pan there, crepe pan, or an omelette pan. Remember, they've both got metal handles and you can put them in the oven as well, so you can bake a cake in that one, which is fantastic. That's the omelette pan. So that's great for baking a cake as well. Solid, brilliant, like the rolling pin. It's £10, and you'll never need to buy another one. That's solid. That's how a rolling pin should look like. It should be like that, solid, a nice big thick piece of dowel. So let's come back to the biryani, and then I'll show you one or two other things. So this biryani looking really, really good. Now we'll come back to the rice. I'm going to mix some of the rice in like that. I'm going to be selling pans as well, so you can see this pan that I've got. So I'm going to be selling things like that as well. Now I'm just mixing that in like that. So all them flavours of all them vegetables there, mix in with the rice. The rice, by the way, took about 10 minutes of cooking boiling water. And then what you do is you wash all the starch off. You just drain all the hot water off. This rice is still quite hot, but I'll just drain all the water off and make sure there's no water in it hardly. The perfect thing is to use the rice from the day before if you've had a chilli or whatever like that. Get some more rice in there. Because this isn't just a demonstration, this is also our tea. And we're all absolutely starving. And the other thing is the stock cubes, which I like to squeeze like that because it's a lot easier to just do that with. If you just squeeze them in, in the foil. These stock cubes, by the way, are just 10p ones from Tesco's. 10p stock cubes from Tesco's, right? Not all the fancy ones, not all the £2.5 ones and all that lot. I've been teaching people for years. I've taught a lot of groups. I run training courses. You can do the basic hygiene on the course with me if you want to do that. It's £35 to do the basic hygiene. I'll log you on the emails, and all you got to do is contact me at robert.balazs, BALAZS0 @gmail.com. So that's how you can get hold of me. You can buy this equipment, send me an email, and I'll get back to you and we'll sort out how to do it. People that buy a few things will get rewarded with different things every so often. And remember the website that I've got, www.heccookery.com. It's full of healthy living tips, really useful. I want you to all start getting the hang of learning how to use the website and having a good look and see what's on there and all the things that are useful. Look at that biryani, how good does that look now? That looks absolutely superb, that. So, I'm not quite finished yet, there's a few other things I want to show you. Besides the meal that I'm going to dish up as well. So, these, nice winter beanie hat. A beanie hat, I'm going to be selling these. You can get these for about £8. So this looks smart, doesn't it, eh? I can wander around the streets and... Or, if you're maybe a golfy type of person or whatever like that, a nice baseball cap like that. Or a white one. If you've got a cafe or a restaurant and you want everybody to look the same, maybe some sort of a logo on there. They're about £6. Lovely nice white polo shirt. Like that, you can just imagine it on me there, like that, really smart. That's about £10. They'll be coming on in the shop soon. They're not on there, not yet. Now here's the really special thing that I've got. So if you like to come in close, I'll just show you this, one at a time. I've written some books. There's one called The Cookie Pause, right, which is a storybook about dogs. There's another one there that's Basic Level 1 Cookery Course. So you start with that one, which is a really good book. It gives you loads of tips and loads of recipes, step by step. But with that comes the DVD. And the DVD is 10 sessions, made up of mostly 2 things on each session. Hygiene, health and safety, tons and tons of money saving tips and how to cook. So there's that one. There's a Cookie Quirks book. It's a funny book, a comedy book. It's really good. Cookie Tips book that I mentioned before that you get free if you buy the if you buy the cooker. Ideally, if you buy anything off me over £50 or anything like that, I'll treat you to a free PDF of this, because trust me, everybody needs this in the country. This is the type of thing that you need to be looking at. It's going to save you loads of money, loads of time and loads of energy. This book, Cookie Tips. Then we've got Cookie Poems, it's quite funny. Poem book that I've written with loads of different things. Book about cats, called The Cookie Claws, like that. So you get the idea, there's going to be like a series of cookie books. I'm going to keep doing them for different people, there's all kinds of books coming on. This is the first level, and there's going to be another 9 levels. So it is something that you're going to be able to carry on with and progress. Right, so watch out for these, because they're going to be something to, you know, to really help everybody in the country. I've not got involved in advertising and things like that, and that's why I'm doing this, because I want to show you how something can be used properly and how to get the best out of things. And these books, when I'm doing these, like even like the cookie clause, it can teach you how you can write a story about your things in your own life, and that's what that book's about. It's about a cat that I've had and how the cat sees things. It's really interesting. And same with the cookie pause. That's from the dogs, you know, that I've had. And the cookie tips is basic, you know, basic catering tips to save money over the 30 odd years that I've been doing catering. So it's a wealth of knowledge that I'm giving away. So I'm going to get this red hot now. Now I'm going to come back to that omelette. Do you remember the omelette before? Well, there's the omelette. Now what we're going to do with that is we're going to cut it into strips like that. Like that, nice little strips. And I've got a plate here and a bowl, which is probably behind this sign, which I've got. By the way, you need to look at this sign because this is my cookie puppy sign. It's there as well there. And my aim with the website is to take the fear out of the kitchen, like it always has been for many years. I know you're going to see all these cooking programs and things like that, but trust me, you know, I've never had a negative evaluation. You know, nobody's ever thought that it doesn't work. When I teach people how to cook, I'm teaching from people, you know, regular people that live in cities and towns that have a tight budget. You know, I'm teaching you know, how to use all the very things that you have got in your fridge, not the things that you haven't got in your fridge, and not the things that you're not going to go out and buy. These kind of ingredients are the kind of things that you're going to buy. The red broccoli there, it's only something that's you know, that's left over or reduced. It's not something that's come out and bought, you know, been bought specially. So that's how you're going to look at things. Right, so we've got a nice chicken biryani here. I'm going to put it into the bowl like that. Now, this is an easy thing for you to do. Remember what you've done it in. You have not done it in your cooker. Right? This is something that you've done in a little portable appliance that you can do in a field. Like that. There you go, like that. You're not quite done yet, because we're going to finish it with a little bit of the omelette. Like that we had. And a little bit of the coriander like that. And there's your biryani. Now how good does that look? Right? But we're not quite finished, because there's something else I've got to show you. And it won't take me a minute, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer all of that into there. I don't mean to say it's going to get finished off anywhere else, because it's not. That's all done now. We're going to have our tea out of this in a minute. And normally I would have just unplugged that and put it on the table, and we'd all be, you know, the family would all be eating just out of this pot. But my teenage kids aren't home yet, so they can have some later. What I do want to do is I want to show you how to clean it. Unplug it and clean it. Right? So, you know when I said to you before that you probably get about 10 portions out of this pan? Do you believe me now? Right? This one's the thinner one, this one's the 40mm pan. It's not the 90mm one, there's a deeper one. So if you've got a bigger family or you're doing it for a business, just imagine, you know, doing some wraps like that and selling wraps with all this and like that, do you not think you'd make some money? Do you not think you could have like 3 or 4 of these and make a nice little business of healthy food? You don't need to have burgers. You could do wraps. You know, here, stir fry. From these very things here that I'm selling could make you a fortune. So there's the biryani. So I'm going to go back to the thing now. I'm going to make sure you turn it off. I'm going to unplug it. Safety's, you know, paramount. It's everything. I've turned it off at the plug. Bear in mind, it's, you know, it's in an extension, and I've unplugged it like that. You've got a choice. You can take it over to the sink, which is where I've got the lid. I'm going to give it a wipe out. Like that, yeah? So nice and easy, give it a good wipe out like that. Don't have to dismantle anything. Just give it a real good wipe, because I know curry sort of lingers, and the last thing you want is to do your omelette next time, or your pancake or whatever, like I've just shown you, and it to be tasting of curry. So that's lovely and clean now, you can see that, yeah? Give it a good wipe all the way around like that. And there's something else I can show you. I'm just going to give that a wipe like that. Now, every now and then you're going to do what's called a deep clean. So, what you need to do is, this isn't very often, this is just every now and then. I had a big screwdriver somewhere, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Trying to use the wrong screwdriver, it helps if we use the right one. That's not the right one, is it? Hang on a minute. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to undo this screw. Right, the food might look great, but it helps if you get the right screwdriver. So I've got the right screwdriver, which is a nice thick posi driver, Phillips. So that's come undone quite easily now. It's got this like little thread on a washer. Right, now remember, you don't have to do this very often. In fact, you don't really have to do it at all if you don't want to, but I'm just showing you how to deep clean it. So you just unscrew that. Watch you don't drop your thing, like that, and just get hold of your pan like that. And it just slides out of the inside of there, like that, yeah? So the prongs just slide out, so you've got your pan there like that. Now you can wipe around there, make sure you dry it all, go around the edges, like that. I mean, it's all spotless. But when you put it back in, make sure you go back through the holes there, where you were before. Make sure it's lined up nice and neat. And make sure the ridge all the way around sits in nice, yeah? Like that. So I'm just going to have a quick look through there, so make sure it's sat in properly, like that. So the prongs are right in the middle, that's how it's got to be, like that. What you do then is you fold it back over again, and then line up your screw again. So your screw should be right in the middle, smack bang in the middle like that. Tighten it back up, yeah? Go finger tight as much as you can, and then just nip it back up like that. And you give yourself a little bit of a deep clean. You don't have to do this every time, like I say. When you're doing things like omelettes and all that, you need a wipe out. You back there again. Make sure your prongs are lined up properly in the middle, like that, yeah. So that's absolutely bob on now. So that's great. You can twist it, just to make sure. If your prongs aren't properly lined up, can you see, if you get close there like that, the prongs have got to be in the middle, right in the middle like that, if you're going to deep clean it like that. Just make sure, and you don't have to go stupidly tight on that, just sort of nip it up like that. Because remember, next time, like I just did then, you'll have a bit of a job trying to get it undone, but you want the right screwdriver. So then you could check it before you put it away, after you've given it a little deep clean, just to make sure that it slots back in again like that, which is perfect. and it's perfectly flush when you do it. Yeah, perfectly flush. So I'll give you a demonstration of this cooker, this portable cooker, on www.heccookery.com, and I'm Rob Ballage, and if you want to call me the cookie chef, call me the cookie chef, because I've got the cookie website. It's a cookie website, Cookie Puppy. Cookie Puppy is about people that want to learn how to cook. You know, puppies are young and they're learning, so I want you to learn. You know, even if you don't buy one of these, I want you to look and learn how you can do something that you might normally do in a wok or something like that. This is a brilliant piece of kit. The Cookie Tips is a brilliant book. Basic level 1 with the DVD is absolutely fantastic if you want to learn how to cook. If you need the basic hygiene, and even if you've got it runs out after 3 years and you want to renew it, come on to www.heccookery.com. Before you go, remember, I'm going to be doing lots of books, lots of things. Knives are brilliant. And I have still got the knives, genuinely I have, from when I was in college. And look at the blades. The blades, no, not worn down. No, that knife, it's still from when I was in college, over 30 years ago that is. I'm getting a bit of an old timer now. But these books I'm developing, right, for people like you out there, because I know that everybody, you know, wants to do things, and I know everybody's got interest in dogs and cats and you know, different animals and food and all kinds of things. So there's got to be something on my website that interests you. Definitely, there'll be something. So have a good look. Keep coming back and tell your friends. Put it on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Bing, Yahoo, whatever you want to call these things, any of them. Put it on all of them and have a go at making some of these things like that. You know, because they're good, healthy, easy and cheap meals. Thanks a lot.